Now, as the recovery process continues, we're seeing more and more people and groups stepping up to help.
Frederick Price continuing our team coverage tonight live in Little Rock with how groups are really coming together to speed up this rebuilding process and provide things for families. Frederick.
Yeah, guys, more than 500 families have come through this line here at Emmanuel Baptist Church getting clothes, toiletries, food, anything that they need. We talked to two religious groups who are doing just that. They're really trying to help the community out. We were with them earlier today as they went to a neighborhood that is about a mile or so from this church that is heavily impacted because of that tornado, and they are quite literally meeting people where they're at.
People are hurting, and we're trying to respond with love to the troubles that they're having.
That's honestly one of the many things Yolanda Spencer says she and her family needs right now.
Even just saying, hey, how can we help means a lot to us.
That devastating tornado left debris in her yard and damaged her home. I asked her how she's doing days after the storm. She's physically well, but still shaken up.
And they're here to help
Tuesday, a group of religious volunteers from Southern Baptist Disaster Relief and Send Relief stood with Yolanda in her yard and prayed.
And because you got things for her to do.
So many volunteers are trained from churches all throughout the nation. They often descend on a big storm like this.
Their first stop Tuesday was the Emmanuel Baptist Church City Center in Little Rock.
And those recovery efforts go beyond the church. About 150 Southern Baptist Disaster Relief volunteers are in neighborhoods like this in Central Arkansas and Wynne, just trying to help people move forward.
Bryant Wright is the president of Send Relief. He says the biggest need for these families right now is food. And there's still an abundance volunteers handed out Tuesday to families who need it.
These are volunteers that are trained to come into a crisis like this.
Bart Barber is a part of the Southern Baptist Convention because, according to him, their group is one of the largest disaster relief operations in the U.S. They're always planning before the storm hits.
They'll train on basics about what it means to be at a disaster and respond, but then they'll also train on a skill.
The people you see in the yellow shirts, volunteers not just handing out food and water, but cutting trees and literally being a helping hand.
Yeah, and about 13 volunteer teams from Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Texas hitting up areas here in Little Rock, North Little Rock, and Wynne, one of the hardest hit areas by this tornado. They mentioned preparedness. That is something that they do ahead of the storm, and of course their eyes are on the sky as another threat of severe weather is here in Arkansas. We're live tonight in Little Rock. Frederick Price, THV 11 News.
Frederick, thank you. And if you want to get in on that spirit, we've got an easy way for you to figure out how to do it. You can text the word GIVE, G-I-V-E, to 501-376-1111. We'll send a full list of things you can do to help those impacted.